Hello and welcome to Leadership Explained. Today, the Trinity of Leadership. I am Bernd Zimmermann, a managing partner with Change Pioneers. Change Pioneers is an international ecosystem for organizational and leadership development. Our passion is to cultivate the inner glow in people, teams, and organizations. And as pioneers, we believe in free access to knowledge around organizational development and leadership. And that's why we distribute all our experience in free-to-use canvases. And today I explain to you what task a leader has to do. And that is what we call the Trinity of Leadership. So often leadership is only understood as telling or instructing employees. However, leadership is much more colorful, complex, and multi-layered. And it's really a task, a function, a profession in itself. I bet many of you, many high-performing leaders know that leading your team, your organization is really, or takes a lot of time and is really a profession in itself. So the main task after this canvas here, or the main task can be divided into three areas. And the first is what you could call transactional leadership. It is the management cycle, or as we call it sometimes, the craft of leadership. It's about managing tasks and goals to get to results. And what you do there in this management cycle is you translate vision and goals into strategies, company goals into strategies. You then agree partially these goals and these strategies, you break them down in targets and agree them with your employee. You guide and coach your employees or your project team through this. You evaluate and control performance, and you give feedback at the end and clear hurdles or obstacles out of the way of your team, and then it all starts all over. The second area of leadership in this trinity is what we call the art of leadership. And it's a much more, maybe you could call it softer or systemic side of leadership. So here it's about developing visions, understanding the market. So you need much more information and much more insight. But it's also about, for example, selecting and developing your employees. So you need to know what motivates people, how to develop people. You might need coaching skills, etc. It's about building and empowering teams. So how does this work? And about strengthening organizational learning and innovation, as well as promoting lean and agile structures. So you see, it's a much more softer or more systemic, holistic side of leadership, and that's why we call it the art of leadership. And it all would not work, at least in our experience, if you don't have a healthy and authentic foundation of yourself, and that is the area of self-leadership. So we think only when you are well, when you are healthy, when you know your tendencies and maybe your dark side of your personalities, your defaults, your biases, and so on. And if you continue to develop yourself, if you are able to manage your energy resources, that is when you can be a good leader to others. So what's the benefit of this model? What can you do with it? First of all, you can take this as an overview or as an assessment for yourself, just looking at it and saying, okay, which topic maybe do I still pay too little attention to? Which tasks are under or overexposed in my leadership style? And or where do I have still competency deficits? So maybe empowering teams. How to empower a team? Do I really know everything, how this goes, how to do it? If not, that could be something maybe where you can upskill yourself. Secondly, the benefit is you can get specific, or you can use it to get specific feedback from your employees, peers, colleagues, or managers. So take this canvas. It's free to use. We release it under the Creative Commons attribution. So take it, or maybe just take a certain aspect out of it and get some, or ask your colleagues and peers for feedback on it. And third, you can use it in your management team, in your leadership team. First of all, maybe to create for the first time a uniform understanding of how each and everybody on the team can manage his or her respective area. So what do we mean when we say leading the team or leading the department or leading the function? And do we have the same understanding in our leadership team? And then secondly, you can exchange on good practices. How are your colleagues, how are your peers, for example, managing their energy resources, or how are they guiding or coaching employees? So you can use this in a peer consulting or peer coaching session, which you might want to do with your leadership team. And if you have any questions or if you need support on this, please feel free to contact us. We are there to help because, again, we believe and we want to ignite the inner glow in people, teams, and organization. Thank you so much for listening and stay tuned for the next leadership session. Thank you.